YouTube today. We are taking a look at a final table featuring the most popular Twitch streamer and poker legend Lex Veldhuis going for a $5,200 scoop high roller title. And he's going to need some help. He's on the short stack here, but I'm excited to see him play. The guy set a Twitch poker record during the scoop, 50,000 people watching. And we're going to go over his play. We also have BenCB, aka Raise Your Edge YouTube channel, makes great content, does great coaching. And I'm excited to see this guy play too. Both these guys been on my podcast, but never really got to see him play too much Norman Hold'em tournaments. So this is a series I'm going to start doing these Hold'em tournaments. People in the past have really loved my tournament videos. That last one I did was a Sunday Million one. People said they want to see more, so I said, all right, let's make this a regular series. So let's get into it, guys. We got a lot of great content coming up on my channel next week, and these next few weeks, we're going to have more tournament replays. We're going to have a new show debuting Monday. I don't have a name yet. And then Rob Young, Fedor Holes, and Ike Hollywood Hacks. And next week on the podcast, Fedor the Young Prince Action. What did I say? Pricks? Whatever, man. Let's just get into the show. Let's go. Start it off. And if you like it, let me know. Subscribe to the channel for more. Give me your comments, what you think about it. So let's do it. Peace. All right, guys, let's get into this final table. $5,200 event. $200,000 up first. $5,200 high roller event here. Shout out to BCP Poker Replays. This guy's got a great channel. He puts up a bunch of these highlights of these tournaments. The man's doing the tournaments gods work up there. Whole cards are up here. Let's meet our players here, guys. Let's go around the table. Of course, we're going to start off with our main man, Lex Veldhuis, aka Razzie Poker Legend. He's got 23 big blinds. He's out of the Netherlands. We got this wild ace Hun guy. Looks like he's got some sort of bald guy avatar. I don't know what's happening with that avatar. He's from Hungary. We don't know his name. We got DeadNylan. Looks like a kid sitting at a poker table. He's got 31 big blinds. And our man DeadNylan's from the Netherlands. We got Zazano. He's deep stack. 132 big blinds for this guy. He's got a little Care Bear avatar here. So Zazano's a Supernova Elite guy on Pokerstars. Supernova Elite was something they used to have on there. Rest in peace, Supernova Elite. It's not around anymore. I grinded for that back in the day. It's when you played a lot of hands to get a lot of points, and it just meant that you were a crazy grinder. Then we got Apestyles here. He's American. He's a longtime OG of the poker tournament world here. Kimokh H is a Supernova Elite, also like a crazy high stakes player. I played a lot with him back in the day. I didn't know you even played Norman Hold'em, right? But he's here. He's at the final table. I'm excited to see him play it. We got Elis Parsonen, EE27, one of the top Norman Hold'em or top Potman Omaha players in the entire world. He just won the purple jacket for the PLO Poker Master Series. He's got a big expression on his face here. And then we got BenCB, Razor Edge, up-and-coming content creator on YouTube, great poker player and a great coach. Excited to see him play. And then we got Odonkor, one up here. Odonkor from Sweden, Ben's from Austria, EE's from Finland, Kimok's from Lebanon. Let's get into this here, okay? Ba-bam, ba-bam. Now that we got a nice intro there done there. I think I like that intro. I think I like having the introduction right there. So we can see here, Nylan opens up here. So once again, we gotta look at the stack sizes here. We have a very short stack, 11 big blinds, Wild Ace Hun. Lex and Kimokh have 23 big blinds. So the 31 big blind stack doesn't really want to lose many chips here. So by the way, we got the Norman Hold'em hat on, by the way, if you're wondering what the hat was here. Norman Hold'em hat. EE has a decision here. I wear this whenever I watch or play Norman Hold'em. So I've always been a cash game player. I played Norman Hold'em and Potman Omaha. One of my goals is to get significantly better at tournament poker, because everybody plays it, everyone's going to keep playing it, and it's about time that I understand what I'm doing a little bit better than the average player is going to be. So here we go. Pocket eights opens. He gets 3-bet to 5 big blinds. He calls. Apestyles has middle pair here, middle pair top kicker, and DeadNylan has third pair. So Styles decides not to bet there. He checks back. I think when your opponent checks back, you're probably going to put him on maybe like a hand like pocket tens, maybe like ace queen. Ace King, unfortunately, Ace King gets there on the turn with the King of Hearts, but Apestyles checks back again. In the river, he makes beautiful 2-pair, and now DeadNylan obviously not loving his hand at all. I mean, he can't beat anything, can't beat tens. There's not a hand in the deck you can basically beat in this situation, maybe pocket fours or pocket fives that your opponent might have 3-bet pre-flop with. So let's see how he plays it. I imagine he's gonna end up check folding here on the river. Apestyles to bet something small, try to get called. Maybe by King Jack, maybe by a slow play to... I mean, if the guy had King Jack, he probably bet at some point in time, right? He probably bet the turn. But I could see maybe DeadNylan having like a King Jack here that he checked the flop with, flopped the top pair out of position, checked the turn, hoping that Apestyles would bet. And then, but either way, uneventful hand. So now we're paying attention to Lex here. He's on the short stack. He's got the ace-3 spades. He's got What do you have? 20, 30 some thousand people watch him at this time on Twitch. It was madness. I was super nervous watching. I'm like, oh my God, this is, you know, this is a really big spot for him. He wins this event. It's going to be pretty awesome to do it on stream. So unfortunately here, he flops top pair, backdoor flush draw there, that flush draw. And Zazano's got the set as sevens. I mean, this is freaking brutal for Lex. He maybe can get away. Check calls one. Of course, you're not going to fold the top pair. On the turn, Zazano bets half pot. And now Lex maybe could get away from this if he thinks his opponent has like ace, king, ace, queen. But he's got the straight draw. He calls again. The river is terrible, guys. It's a 3. So 14 big blinds. Take a look at this real quick here, guys. This guy might shove all in here on Lex. And Lex is going to have to call if this guy shoves all in, because the guy would probably be shoving with ace, king, or ace, queen. So Lex, he's got to be praying that this guy, I mean, he's kind of hoping the guy bets big, right? He wants him to have a good hand here. But he only really loses to a set of sevens, a set of fives, ace 7, ace 5. So Zazano here is tanking down, deciding what size to go with. He goes really small, 500,000 on the river. This guy basically allows Lex to stay around. I mean, that's a really small bet, but he's probably just hoping that, I mean, he's probably just praying that Lex has something, right? He doesn't want to scare him away. He wants to get called by something like that. So Lex is crippled now, guys, down to 8.5 big blind in his chip stacked here. So Apestyles opens under the gun, but I've edited this to include just some of the more best moments, the longer stream. So I've cut it all up for you guys here just to include a great story to tell here. So Zazano calls the big blind, flops the gut shot straight draws. It real kind of looks worse than it actually is because he has a 5. I mean, right? You got 2 backdoor trip draws. You want to have backdoor trip draws. Turn comes a 6. And now Zazano is going to get crafty here. So he's going to try to represent a 6 here. And he leads for over half pot. I mean, I don't know. It's questionable lead, right? Your opponent has an overpair or any pair. They're not folding. So you're just basically hoping your opponent has no pair. Luckily for Zazano, Apestyles has ace king. He still could call here thinking he's got a flush draw maybe like club. I mean, this is a very unusual line. When your opponent does this, like, it just throws you off because you're not used to it, right? Most people aren't check calling and then leading when the board pairs on the turn. But Zazano is a high stakes cash game regular. Maybe this is something he thinks is going to be an optimal play to make, and it happens to work out. He happens to get lucky here. So now Lex, pocket tens, 8 big blinds. This is going to be it for him. He's got to have to shove it all in here. King Jack on the button could call from Kimokh KH, but no, Lex takes it down, doubles up a little bit, right? I mean, basically, when you're the short stack here, you're hoping to someone else bust because you want to chip up, right? The next page jump's $8,000 here, and really, when you shovel in with a good hand, unless you have aces or kings, you're really probably hoping not to get called. You don't want to be coin flipping. You kind of are happy with them to take it down. And you look at these page jumps: 24,000 for next place, 32,000 for 8th, 41,000 for 7th. Right, so the page jumps aren't that steep, but still you can ladder up a few spots, make an extra $30,000. I mean, that's pretty sick. So this hand right here, DeadNylan raises, continuation bets, and bets the king on the turn, representing like he's got ace king or a king queen type hand. Elis doesn't have nothing, he's got to lay that one down, and DeadNylan chips up a little bit here. So now Lex in the big blind with a king queen offsuit, certainly a hand that you might think about going with here. Ace-8 suited under the gun, short stack, could raise, but now we got 2 short stacks here. We got Lex and we got Wild Ace Sun, who both have a shorter stack. So now you come into a spot where maybe you just want to wait it out a little bit and you want to wait for a better spot. Ace-8 suited under the gun. Some players might shove all in here. He looks like he's thinking about it with that head of his there with the photo. I don't know about that haircut. That haircut looks a little out of line. Would not recommend anybody get that haircut out there, especially if you're trying to impress the ladies. It's that's not gonna, don't do it, right? So our man BenCB, we haven't seen much from Ben yet. I'm excited to see him play. This is a guy I had on my podcast earlier this year. Really enjoyed speaking to him. Really enjoyed getting to know him more. Always enjoyed him on the show. I hope to see him on the show again as well too. Lex shoves all in. BenCB calls. I mean, it's gonna be nothing. They got nothing. Gonna be a chop. That's it. Gonna be a chop here. So Lex is still alive here. Next hand, Lex picks up pocket threes. 8 big blinds. Does he go with it here? I mean, most players I think go with any pair in this spot. And he is going to go with it here. Pocket threes. Puts it in here. Looks like he's going to survive. Nobody really has a hand to call him with here, luckily. And he takes it down. Chips up a little bit more here. 11 big blinds. Still alive. So here we got Zazano open an ace-9 offsuit. He's just min-raising here. I like that. 10-jack suited here. 2 short stacks, so he might want to play this passively. But he shoves all in, rips it in there with a 10-jack suit. I mean, it seems like a freaking pretty crazy play to me. It gets through, it works out, but That's a pretty wild play. I mean, he might be thinking Zazano is opening a lot of hands, but to just risk it all with 10-jack suited there seems pretty crazy to me, but it takes down, it works out. It's a great thing about tournaments here. We got some great podcasts coming up next week, guys. Rob Young from Party Poker coming on the show. We're going to talk about his upcoming World Poker Tour Championships and a bunch of other poker side stuff. I got Fedor Hall's the young prince, the legend himself, back on my show Thursday. I think he got his start in poker on my podcast after he took down a W Coop. He got his start being known in poker world. He was always known in the tournament world, maybe, but we kind of got to know his story. A young kid. It was a fun time, man. Great to get to know him back during that time. And then Ike Hollywood Haxton, the legend, poker legend himself. He's going to be on the podcast on Friday. And then my brand new news show is coming up Monday. I'm excited for that, guys. Really excited to be back doing content. I mean, I'm watching these tournament series, trying to learn from them. I know people love it when I watch these things. People seem to think, I don't know, like watching poker with me. I like to have a good time. So I'm ready to make some more of these. Got some cool, fun ideas I want to do for formats, for content, stuff like that. So Adonko here has a set. Check to the Apestyles, a called pre-flop. You could have like a hand like a 10-jack suited, a 6-7 suited. Obviously, could have a bunch of air like this, ace-queen, king-jack. I mean, what hands is the guy really going to cold call with pre-flop, though? It's going to be some hands that connect with this board, some flush draws and some straight draws. So Odonkor wants to check raise, get some value from his eights, but nothing really going on there. Has to fold the ace-queen. Lex here with the king-queen. 8 big blinds left, guys. This is it for once again. He got lucky the first couple times. No one else had a hand. And he chips up again. Up to 11 big blinds, still hanging in there. So now BenCB is going to limp under the gun. Interesting here. So he's got 40 big blinds. Limps ace-queen suited. We don't see a lot of players really limping under the gun or even limping in general at some of these final tables. The last one we did, the Sunday Million final table, the biggest ever, we saw a couple limps there. It was kind of a fun table. So let's see. Apestyles, queen jack suited on the button. He has to be thinking, what is this guy limping with under the gun right now? I mean, what is guy? Some people limp aces here. They get tricky. Some people limp random hands, right? You don't see limping strategies too much. So he raises it up here. And now Ben just going to call with the ace-queen suited. So ace-queen versus queen-jack. They're both kind of deeper here. 35 big blinds right now effective on the flop. So Ben flops open-ended straight, or sorry, gut shot straight shot. Just needs a 10 for a straight. And then Apestyles has middle pair with the back door. Royal flush draw. Okay. So he's got to be confused what Ben might have. He's going to go with a continuation bet here. Most likely, maybe thinks Ben has a hand like a pocket pair. So he's going to try to continuation bet here. Some players might check back. He decides to bet really small, though. 1/4 pot. Ben calls, hits the straight on the turn, and now he's loving his hand. He's hoping, please have 2 pair, please have a hand like maybe like a set of jacks, set of kings, king jack. But Apestyles checks back. The river is a 9, and now they both have a straight. So Ben probably doesn't think his opponent has a queen because he's got ace queen, and he most likely would have bet king queen, jack queen on the turn. So he bets 1/3 pot here. Apestyles got to be thinking, do I raise this guy or what? If I raise him, what calls me? He just calls, and BenCB could have won a lot more chips there. Unfortunately, kind of won the minimum 1/4 pot bet on the flop, and then 1/3 pot there on the river. You got to be from his. You can understand why he went with that size. He's hoping to get called by those 2 pair hands. Doesn't want to bet too big to scare him away. Now ace king shoves all in, and Ben's got ace queen here. He's got to be thinking Kimokh has pretty strong hands shoving into the short stack here. And plus, he's got the 2 players behind him that could call him off. So he folds the ace-queen. That's interesting. A lot of guys out there, I think, would just go with that hand, man. A lot of players would. So here we go. Queens versus jacks. Under the gun is going to min-raise. And now Kimokh has already ripped it in a few times. So maybe you got to be thinking this guy might be a little crazier than normal. And now if you've got pocket jacks and you're under the gun, when your opponent shoves, you're hoping he's got maybe like pocket 10s or ace-king, ace-queen. So he calls. Queens versus jacks all in here. Gonna need a jack, and no, he doesn't. So Kimokh doubles up here to 42 big blinds, and now we got 3 ultra short stacks here, guys. Check this out. We got Lex with 8 big blinds, Wild Aces down to 4.5 big blinds, so he is living on a prayer right now. And DeadNylan's got 7.6, so now Lex is in a really weird spot here with ace 10, because Odonkor shoves all in, and now Lex is like, well, what do we do? He decides to fold. Very interesting. Those ICM implications out there. So ace 10 calls, and he is going to double up here. Terrible scenario for Lex there. So Lex, well, terrible in that he hopes that the guy's eliminated because he wants to chip up here. Now Lex has pocket fours, and he's not the shortest stack. There is still that 6 big blind, so we got a lot of short stack, interesting kind of spots here going on. Lex folds the pocket fours. Okay, I think that's once again a close spot. I mean, with the 6.6 big blind stack behind us, I can understand him wanting to lay that one down, wait for a stronger hand. Pocket fours, maybe on the edge there in terms of what you might want to do. And once again, I think a lot of players out there would decide to shove all in with that hand. Zazano, Jack 3 suited, takes it down. He's at the big stack, putting that big stack power on him, man. Lex here, this is it. King Jack. I mean, what can you do, right? You can't keep... You got to pick up a hand at some point in time here. So he's got King Jack. He's going to ship it in here. DeadNylan still on the really, really short stack. 4.3 big blinds. Can't do nothing about it with ace 5. He decides to lay it down. So Lex is still alive. Lex picking up a lot of hands here, guys. I mean, I added out some of the folding ones, but these are the only hands that really played. So now he's got pocket 8s and 8 big blinds, and the guy's got 4 damn big blinds behind him. So now you're saying, why is the poker gods doing these close spots? He folds the 8s, and I know some people out there might think that's a questionable fold, and I mean, with limited fold equity, right? Probably doesn't have much fold equity there. Might not think he has much fold equity, so you might not want a coin flip there. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, these short stack spots, this is where your study pays off in terms of understanding what to do in certain situations and what might be correct with ICM. So very, I mean, I hope it pays off for Lex, right? So now the guy's got 2.3 big blinds in the big blind. Lex is like, okay, please go out, please go out. So Kimokh is going to raise it up here with the ace queen of clubs. Nice, beautiful hand, ace queen of clubs. We love that hand. Ace 10 for Ben here. Could call here. They are not that deep, but he folds. Let's see, Nylan's all in. Kimokh calls. They're all in here. 9th place. 2 pair for Nylan, and he doubles up. Ay, this guy can't be eliminated right here, man. This guy can't be eliminated. Holy moly. Ben's got ace queen again, limps in again. This guy loves his freaking limping in with the ace queen, I guess. This is his hand, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Different strategy, right? So, flops top pair, and let's see what happens. Going to check over to him. Apestyles has top pair as well, too, so he's probably going to continue with at least one street here. He saw him limp that ace queen last time, so we know he's capable of limping a strong hand, like an ace. So he's probably not loving his hand, but he does call. Now, they both have 2 pair, but they have the king high, so they've counterfeited 2 pair. Apestyles knows that he probably raises ace king, so if he has an ace, they're kind of chopping here. He might have a flush draw here as well, too. Ben bets big. 75% pot, really trying to fold him off that chop here, it looks like. I mean, maybe he gets called by worse sometimes with the king. Now, river comes down. Apestyles calls. He can't be loving his hand right now. So let's see what Ben does here. 2.6 million in the pot. Is he gonna try to fold him off an ace here? If he has an ace, I think it's what he's gonna try to do. Spence take. Must be a very advanced play, very interesting play. He does bet 1/3 pot here. I mean, is he maybe trying to get called by a king? He probably thinks an ace might not fold anyway, so maybe he's trying to get called by a king. A7 does call there, and they chop it up, guys. So now Lex is down to 4.8 big blinds. He needs a miracle here. He needs something. He needs a prayer. What's he going to do? Ace 4. I mean, really, you want to bust out the ace 4, right? It's not an enviable spot, but you got 4 big blinds. You got to do something. So now the 2 guys behind him, they're hoping Lex busts. They got 7 and 8 big blind. This is some crazy short stack stuff here, guys. Lex doubles up to 6 now. Can we get rid of some of these guys already? I mean, come on. See some play. 10 shoves under the gun. Takes it down. He's still alive. Okay, this could be it. BenCB's got the pocket kings. This guy, wild aces, bamboozled. He's done. He's going to be all in here. Let's see what he does. Ace jack. 9 big blinds. Obviously, you're loving your hand when the late position raises. He calls. They're all in. He's going to need a heart here. Going to need a heart. Hits the heart on the river. The deuce of hearts comes down. Wild ace is back in and up to 21 big blinds. Lex is still a short stack here. So that was very advantageous. And now Lex has ace king. I mean, what can the guy do? Great run out for wild ace there. Flop that nut flush draw. Rivered the nut flush. He's loving his life. Lex is not loving his life knowing that he's going to be all in here. Ay. Say your prayers here, guys. Ace king versus 10 jack. Can Lex stay alive? 2 ace 10s fold behind him. They're going to be all in. Flop comes down. Jack 5-5. Turns a deuce. River. O'Donkor's going to need a 10 or a jack to stay alive. Comes a 7, and Lex doubles up. 13 big blinds, still alive, still in it to win it here. And these short stacks are never going to go away, are they? Okay. They're never going to go away. They're never going to go away. Okay, let's see what happens here. Ace, king on the button. Strong hand for Elis. Elis Parsonen. With the orgasm avatar there going on. See what he does. Expect him to raise and take it. But he decides to limp in. Maybe he's thinking he doesn't want to get re-raised here all in and have to call it off with ace-king with 3 really short stacks behind him. I mean, Apestyles there has 25 big blinds. Very unusual limp. I mean, we're seeing some really strange wonky play here, guys. So now he flops top pair, top kicker. He's got 2 pair. He checks back. Maybe he thinks, okay, let's let my opponent catch up. If my opponent has a king, right? If he has a king, they're not going to fold, but he's just trying to hope the guy catches up to something. Turns a 10, and let's see what he does here. Is he going to bet his hand for value? I think a lot of players will. He decides to check back, and the backdoor full house gets in there, buddy. What are you doing with the ace-king? Well, we understand what he's doing with the ace-king. He's trying to squeeze out some sort of hope. He's trying to get a prayer bet here at some point in time, and unfortunately, he calls the river, half-pot bet, or Donkor with the backdoor full house, takes it down. Small chip pot, but a really weird pot there from EE. Maybe he'd like to have that one back. Maybe he just got a little bit unlucky with the guy hitting the backdoor trips. Lex is all in. Ace-jack suited. Say your prayers for Lex, but nothing behind him. Takes it down again. Okay, well, I mean... Uh-oh, queen's under the gun here. One of our short stacks now has 14 big blinds. The short stacks are still hanging around right now. Kimokh dangerously close to short stack, 15 big blinds. Wild Ace going to show it all in here with ace-queen offsuit. Gets called. 7-8-8. Going to need an ace. Does not hit the ace on the river. Wild Ace Hun from Hungary eliminated in 9th place. Takes down the $24,000. Lex chips up to $32,000. And the guy is still alive to win $200K and a massive scoop title that would look great on the resume for him. I mean, you always want to win these scoop things. You're a streamer, right? Like, you got a big audience. Your audience is excited. They want you to win these things. They want to follow along. So there's a lot of pressure in these kind of spots here. I think when you have an audience and I mean, anyone, right? Anyone is putting pressure on them here. You're going to want to win $200,000 in the scoop title, man. So here, Apestyles flops gut shot. Shorter stack. 14 big blinds. He's going to bet 1/3 pot. Really try to take this one down. Hope this guy just has nothing. Wants to give it up. He's got top pair with the gutter himself. Could go all in here. Could just call. I think a lot of players will just call here. Others might go all in, take advantage of the full equity, fold them off a ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack hand. Oh, Donkor does check raise very small, and Apestyles got to give it up, obviously. Can't really do much about this. And Donkor chipping up here a little bit, up to 88 big blinds, 12.28 million chips in his hat. Let's go. Let's get it. Pocket fives folds under the gun. Okay. So ace-10 suited here for Kimokh. Chip leader raises. You got to be thinking this guy might be a little bit light here. I mean, the short Lex in the big blind, the short stack, probably not that light in terms of what they're raising. He goes all in. Ace-king behind him goes all in. And now Lex could double up. So 7-8-5. Kimokh is going to need a diamond or a 10. Turns to 4. Rivers to king. And Kimokh is going to be eliminated, guys, in 8th place. $32,000. Congratulations to him from Lebanon. And Lex Veldhuis from the Netherlands is chipped up again. He's at $41,000. So he makes an extra $18,000 just from hanging around there. But now guys, he's got king, queen, and he's going to get called here. He's on the short stack. 7 players left here in this scoop event. He's going to go with it. He's going to be against ace-10 offsuit, and he's going to need some help. Ships it in. He calls. See the flop here. Ace-4, jack. So Lex needs a backdoor trip draw. We've seen it before. Or a 10. Ace. Now he needs nothing. He's drawing dead. Lex Veldhuis gets eliminated in 7th place. Ay. Shout out to Lex. 41K for him. Congratulations, brother. And congratulations on setting that world record during the scoop, by the way. He streamed the scoop main event. Over 50,000 people. It was awesome. A lot of people were having a good time. Another all in here for Apestyles. Can't even talk. He's all in. He's going to double up here. Okay, he's still alive here. But, I mean, Lex, what can you say about the guy, right? The guy's streaming legend. And he's killing it right now on Twitch. I think the fans are excited. And let's see what he does next, right? Let's see what happens next. Let's see if how long he keeps up with it. So pocket kings here for Apestyles. Pocket sevens for Zazano. He decides to continue here. These guys do not like folding the 3-bets. Flop comes down ace high. You know those kings, we call them ace magnets. And Apestyles is going to bet here. He's going to c-bet 400K into 1.9 million. And Zazano, I mean, he's got pocket sevens. I mean, he calls. Might be trying to take the pot away at some point in time if he doesn't have an ace. Not a very common play. I think most players would fold out there. Turn goes check, check. Apestyles is obviously scared of his opponent having an ace here. So Zazano could potentially turn his hand into a bluff. Try to get him to fold a pair under an ace. Maybe like queens, kings, or tens. Be a very advanced play. Let's see if he does go ahead and do that here. So 2.7 million chips in the pot. Apestyles has to be saying, please check here. But he bets 1/3 pot, and now maybe Apestyles knows that this guy knows that he might be doing something like this. He bets small on the flop. But it really looks like your opponent has an ace here. I mean, you know, this is it's pretty tough call here for pocket kings if he can make it. Let's see what he does. That strange avatar. I don't know what that is. You guys got to tell me what that is out there. Let's see here. He's got kings. He's tanking. He's really thinking about it, right? I mean, listen, I'd lay it down personally. But he calls. I mean, it's a can. So he wins a big pot there. I mean, it's a big pot. He's on the short stack there. Now he's up to 45 big blinds after a few more hands, and he's obviously loving his life here. So Zazano put the pressure on him. Didn't work out, but I'm sure it'll pay off for him in the future. So ace-king raises here in the cutoff for BenCB. Mr. Raise Your Edge. Queen, king, queen calls. Ace-jack just calls. They both flop top pair. BenCB checks. Interesting here. So he's going to check here on the flop. He's not going to c-bet. Turns a 6. So they both still have top pair. Ace-jack for Zazano. BenCB with ace-queen. Might be looking to go for 2 streets of value here. He does face a bet, and now he could raise or call. He just calls here. It's 1/3 pot. River's the jack. So Zazano sucks out on BenCB. Maybe he knew. I mean, you never know. You know, you got to have that ESP in your playbook, right? You got to know when your opponent's going to make the better 2 pair against your hand. So now Zazano, when he gets checked back there, he's got to be thinking his opponent has kings, queens, right? Probably wouldn't check an ace. Maybe ace 10, maybe ace 9. So maybe some weaker aces like that. So let's see what size he tries to go with to get called by those hands. He goes with half pot, and BenCB snap calls and loses a big pot, 4 million chip pot. He's down to 21 big blinds. Zazano is running good, and I guess he's kind of running average. Ain't really running that good. So here we go, all in here, and a call. Ace-jack suited versus king-queen. King-queen's going to need a king or a queen on the river. He's going to be out in 6th place for $54,000. Does not hit it. He's done. This action's fast and furious. I might need to edit this format in the future. It's a real fast format. I tried slowing it down because the guy's replay are super quick, but yeah, he's out 6th place. Takes home a bunch of money. Nothing to be ashamed about. Next place, he gets $70,000 here. So now we're getting to the real money, guys. Now the nerves are starting to kick in. You're starting to get a little bit sweaty. You're starting to say your prayers. Pocket 5 shoves all in here, and this guy's got pocket 6s. He fold. Oh my god. Okay. So he shoved all in for 28 big blinds. A pretty big shove, guys. We can understand pocket 5's not wanting to risk it. I mean, very weird play. Limped on the button. We're seeing a lot of limping here. Maybe this is normal at tournaments. So limping. So king queen here for Ben. Pocket 7s for Zazano. He's probably going to rip it in here. He does go all in. And BenCB is going to be at risk to be eliminated. No, he folds. What? I guess it makes sense. I mean, I just thought he would call. Maybe it's a normal fold for that short stack. So now he shoves with ace-7 once again. Let's see what king-jack does here. Yeah, so maybe king-queen's fold. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. I mean, I would have thought it was a call. Not saying I would have called there. I probably would have laid it down, not been happy about it. But that's stack size, right? I guess it is a fold. Okay, so now we know king-queen offsuit. Gonna be a fold. Facing that sort of action there with that shorter stack. We gotta investigate that further here. So here we go. Pocket kings for Apestyles. He's loving it right now. He's poker hard. You know how you get when you get kings. 3 bets the ace king. Could call, could go on. He goes all in. Kings calls, and now Apestyles is gonna be at risk here. 10 million chip pot. Holy shit. Top set, full house on the turn. He's immediately drawing dead. That's it. EE's crippled, man, down to 3.5 big blinds. His stack is just tornadoed. Is crippled like, I think, is crippled like a good thing to say? I don't think it's a good thing to say, really, right? People are talking about the more sensitive words out there that I think crippled is one of those words, man, because I think, I don't know. Do some research on that, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that. So now Jack 4 here for EEE. He's got a gutter. He's got 2 big blinds. He does have a shitty hand, and he's gonna go with it. He's gonna get called here. He's gonna need a 4 or a 4 or 4 or a 4 or a club. A 4 or a club hits the backdoor flush. He's still alive. 7.8 big blinds. I think with everything going on in the world right now, guys, a lot of more discussions been put around language and what words are offensive to people and not offending people with certain slurs or certain things like that. So I think I have heard that, though. I mean, I haven't really done much into it with those kind of things like that with all the words, right? But it's something I'm trying to pay attention to because it's something I'm concerned about and I think about, and I know how certain words might make me feel. And right, anytime you say things out there, and of course, you know, some people say, well, something's, you could say things and it's always going to offend somebody, but yeah, I don't know, maybe that's not true. Maybe there are other ways to think about it, and there are ways to, you know, be a little more in line about it. So BenCB takes that one down, chips up a little bit here. Ace 10 shoves all in. Ace 7 calls. EE's at risk. Flop comes down. King 6 deuce. Spade. So Apestyles needs a spade or a 7 on the river. Does not hit it. EE doubles up. 2.6 million chips. He's back up to 13 big blinds. So he's still alive. It's still anybody's game here, guys. Still anyone's game here. Ace 3 shoves all in. Takes it down. Simple hand. King 9 raises it up here. I'm dropping my poker chips. I'm shuffling my chips. We got pocket 4s. Pocket 4 shoves all in. Ace Jack offsuit in the big blind. What is he going to do here? What is Ace Jack offsuit going to do? 50 big blinds. Does he want to just call? He does call, and E is going to be at risk. He makes a flush on the turn, though. So Ace Jack calls the all-in, and now EEE is going to double up here. He's got 5.4 million chips and 26 big blinds. The big blind is at 100 and 200,000 right now, as you can see right here, guys. This is a new kind of setup. I'm just this guy uses a different replayer, so it's a little unusual. It goes fast. It's different than the normal tables are, so. But I like it. It looks cool. Looks pretty sweet for sure. So Jack 8 limps the button here. So Zazano, he limped the button before. We saw him do that. Nobody flops anything here. 9-3-4. Zazano's going to bet. Most likely take it down. Don't see EE doing anything here. A7 diamonds. Might be thinking about getting a little risque with it. Getting a little out of line. I mean, look at that face in that avatar. What is there on that face? Seriously. Crazy face right there. All right, buddy. What are you doing? Let's go. He folds. Okay, well, that was nothing. That was worth nothing. Pocket kings. Uh-oh, BenCB's got the ace jack. It's 10 big blinds. This is going to be it for the kid, huh? He's going to be in risk. $70,000, not too bad. He goes all in, gets called by kings. Flop comes down. Jack 10-4. He's going to need an ace or a jack. Turns a jack. No way. Okay. River's at 10. He makes the full house. BenCB still alive. 24 big blinds for Ben. Let's go, brother. Let's go. I'm rooting for Ben. Listen, we like Ben, man. Ben's a nice kid, man. Working hard. I like his mindset. He's got a great mindset about things. He doesn't have a great hand here going up against the top 2 pair. He just limps in the small blind. We see a lot of players do that in these tournaments. And Odonkor checks back. The king 6. Odonkor from Sweden, our little Swedish guy over here. He's going to make a min bet here. 200,000. BenCB can't be loving his hand. He check raises, though. He does have the backdoor flush draw blocker. Picked a bad time, Ben. Now Odonkor, is he going to go with it here? Or is he just going to call and try to keep Ben in? He does just call. And now Ben's got to be thinking, what does this guy have? Is Ben going to bet again? 1.9 million chips in the pot. He's got 3.8 million. He bets half pot here. Still leaves himself 15 big blinds. Now Odonkor might just shove it in here. Hope the guy has a flush draw or straight draw, worst 2 pair. Now you're hoping your opponent has something right now. Obviously, we have one of the strongest hands possible here. King 6. He's got to be thinking, what am I going to do here? I think he's going to shove it in. Yeah, he shoves it all in. Takes it down really quickly. Nice play by him. Ben's left with 15 big blinds. O'Doncourt's got 48 big blinds. Zazano still big chip lead there, as you can see. 103 big blinds there for Zazano. He's killing it right now. Ben's got kings, but not really going to get any action here. Got Zazano's name. It is Mirza Mahovic. I like it. Shout out to Mirza, man. I know he made some. I think I saw some videos he made before on YouTube, talking about himself a little bit. And he went Supernova Elite, right? I got a lot of respect for it because I know how much hard work goes into that at poker specifically. I've done it twice in my career. It was a very, very big accomplishment, a very big achievement for myself, and it was certainly something I took a lot of pride in for a long time and still do. It gives you a lot of confidence to know, you can accomplish things, and yeah, man, it's a real sick accomplishment. I understand. What can you say about it? Wish it was still around. So Ben there takes down a pot. Now he's got 19 bigs. Let's see what he does. Jack 10 offsuit. Most players limps. Okay. Strange play. Maybe limping isn't strange. Maybe limping is the wave. I mean, maybe a lot of those Golden Nugget guys down at the local casino here in G2 headquarters in Las Vegas, maybe those guys really understood what they were doing when they kept limping in on the button, man. Me and my stepdad went down there. Whenever he's in town, I try to take him down there, and we final table some of those tournaments down there. And we're seeing a lot of limping. I'll tell you that right now. So Ben calls with the gutter on the turn. Zazano has ace high. He's going to check it. Let's see if Ben bluffs here. Ben has this missed gut shot. What's Ben going to do? He does bluff. Zazano might think he's got 5-6 or a flush draw himself. I can see Zazano calling here. I mean, what's the guy limping? He does fold, though. I mean, what is the guy limping? The guy's got to have a pair by the river, right? So Ben takes it down. Another limping Ben here. Queen 10 suited. Interesting. So Ben's been limping a lot. So we gotta pay attention and think more about why this guy might be limping so much. Now EE's got ace 10 offsuit here and a shorter stack, 20 big blinds. Him and Ben, both of that 20. He decides not even to raise. I mean, wow. So he's been paying attention, seeing that this guy's limping some pretty strong hands. So now he's like ace 10. I mean, maybe this guy's trying to pull a little trap, right? So he just decides to check here and flops middle pair. Ben's got middle pair too. They both all check around. Apestyles catches up on the turn, makes the 6, and not loving your 6 really. Ace 10's got to be liking your hand at this point. You got that second pair top kicker. Maybe you go for a little value here. See where you're at in the hand. Bets half pot. You can hope to get called by some straight draws here, some flush draws, worse 10s. River comes down to 3, and now he's going to decide if he has got a value bet or if he's going to check. He knows BenCB might have king, queen, playing tricky. Most players are going to bet a king on the flop, so he might be thinking this guy's more likely not to have a king here. And he does value bet, half pot. Ben, same spot, right? Your opponent can have bluffs here. Our hand doesn't look very strong. So Ben might be tempted to hero call here with the queen 10. Great value bet here from Elis. What do you do here? I mean, your opponent can have those missed flush draws, missed straight draws as well. Just as likely, you can have any 2 cards in the big blind. Be a tough spot for a lot of players out there. I think a lot of players might just call it in here. He does call, and Elis takes down a nice pot there, and Ben gets a little hurting on him. Down to 15 big blinds. He's going to need some help to stay alive here. King Jack offsuit here in the cutoff for Zazano. Ace 10 for Apestyles. Certainly could raise here. Could just call. Keep his variance low. He does just call here. 30 big blinds. You don't really want to 3-bet here and get shoved on. You don't necessarily want to play a big pot as well, too. I think a lot of players might 3-bet here. Also, you're going to have some strong hands in your calling range on the button. So Zazano flops top pair. It does not c-bet. Interesting here. So King Jack, he's going to want to keep some strong hands in his check range here. And he turns the 2 pair, and now he's loving it. Apestyles most likely doesn't have a strong hand. What is he calling here with pre-flop? Going to be some king queen, some king 10s, and he bets pot. Interesting. Okay, so now he's hoping this dude has a queen 10 or a king queen or a king 10 himself. He's going for the pot size prayer bet here. And Apestyles has the gutter. Not going to be able to call here, unfortunately. Interesting sizing, interesting play from Zazano. Not sure if it's the best play, but that's what he decides to go with, and he takes it down. 111 million big, or I mean, a lot of chips. 22 million chips, and he's got the power here position. He's able to put pressure on these guys. I like it. Big stack power. Ace jack calls, flops, trips. Okay. So Zazano knows this guy's going to be calling pretty wide out of the big blind. 100, 200, 100,000, 200,000 blinds. Only a min raise. This guy is going to be playing a lot of hands with Donkor from Sweden. He just check calls with his trips. He doesn't raise those. Might not think he's making much value from that. So 1.5 million chips in the pot. See if Zazano decides to go for another bet here on the turn. With this little Care Bear avatar. Shout out the yellow. Is that a Care Bear? I think it is a Care Bear. What's he going to do? Mr. Yellow Care Bear. I mean, what the hell? Is he a yellow Care Bear as his avatar? He bets half pot. Now Odonkor's got to be saying, you know, we got trips, but the guy could have an ace king and ace queen. Of course, he can have an ace 10 as well, too. But he's telling us he's got a pretty strong hand. River comes down to club. Neither player must like that. Now Odonkor loses to a flush draw. And Zazano's got to be wondering what this guy has. Got to be thinking, putting him on ace at this point in time. Or a flush draw himself, but most likely an ace. So he's got a blocker. Queen of clubs. Very, very pot limit Omaha. Great game play here if he does bluff, but he doesn't bluff. He gives up. Odonkor chips up a little pot there. Okay, I mean, that would have been pretty crazy bluff there to make. Some players might make it when you got the queen of clubs in your hand. You block ace queen as well, too. You block ace 10. How crazy are we getting with these blockers here and no one would hold them? I don't really know. Because at PLO, right, I mean, I get a blocker. I'm taking it to town, so queen 8 here raises it up. Interesting. Okay, most players might limp. So king 5. Elis has to be suspicious of this raise. As I said, a lot of players are limping here. Somebody thinking about making a play. He is making a play. King 5. Yeah, I think players limp most times. I think their ranges are they're going to be like hands like this, kind of going for a steal, or really, really strong hands. So maybe he thinks that he just is more likely to have a really weak hand here. Maybe he thinks that Apestyles is putting more pressure on him because we got BenCB as a shorter stack. So he decides to take it to the streets and make an exploited bet. 3-bet with the king 5. I like it. Takes it down. Nice play by Elis. The PLO Poker Masters purple jacket winner over on Party Poker. So 9 shoves all in here. Pocket 5s. So a lot more big blinds here. Pocket 5s might just want to fold here. Keep the big stack here. Not really put himself at risk. And he does fold. Apestyles takes it down. And now anyone's game here, guys. I mean, Zazano, it's really his game to lead. He's got the queen. He's got 21 million chips here. He's got the huge stack by far. Ben's going to shove all in. King 10 suited in the big blind for 12 big blinds. What's this guy going to do with King 10 suited? See what he happens. See what he does here. King 10's tanking with this. What the hell is that avatar on? I don't really know what that avatar is. So he's tanking. He must be running a number or something like that. He calls. So Ben's going to be at risk. He is ace 4. He is a favorite right now. Flop comes down, ace 9, 5, 2 spades. Apestyles is going to need a spade or a backdoor straight draw, backdoor trip draw. Turns a 7, still needs a spade and a spade only. River's a 3, and BenCB, our guy's going to double up. He's up to 23 big blinds. Apestyles, the American, is takes a licking there. A little bit of licking. A little bit of licking. Keeps on ticking. A little bit of licking. Keep on ticking. That's what we do. Jack deuce suited. Limping on the... It's a real ambitious limp. I like this. Especially I like it when you flop a top pair and a backdoor spade draw. So it's going to get checked to him. I check back. He does check back there. Let's see here. Checks back again. Okay, so he's going to hope BenCB catches... Or I'm sorry, EE catches up to with a 9 or with a 6 here. EE might be thinking about making a play. He checks. Zazano go for a little value here. I'm sure maybe half pot, maybe a third pot. He goes half pot. I like it. Hoping to call by the 9 or a 6. And he doesn't. Takes it down. Little pot for him. Nice play. Very interesting play. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. It's interesting. 10-9 suited folds there. Okay. See if King 4 suited is going to open up here on the button. 31 big blinds. He does open 420. Shout out 420. Shout out edibles. Shout out weed. Ace King shoves, and now you're not shouted out anymore, buddy. With the King 4 suited, you fold quickly, and Ben takes down another pot here. Ben min raises under the gun. He's not going to limp in with those 9s. We've seen him be limping with the Ace Queen. But just raises here with the 9s. He gets called. Losing my voice over here. All right, Ace Jack here. Button, Apestyles. Expect him to ship it in here. 18 big blinds. Will BenCB call with pocket fours? I don't think he's going to call with pocket fours here. But we just actually makes a small raise. So Ben might decide to shove here. He does shove. Calls Ace Jack. Ace Jack's going to be at risk. He's going to need a 10, an ace, or a jack here. 7 on the turn. 10 on the river. BenCB is the short stack now. Down to 9 big blinds. Apestyles. Miracle River doubles up there. Now the blinds go up. So now BenCB only has 6.8 big blinds, and he's got ace 4 in the cutoff here. You can't be 11 your spot, but yeah, that's brutal right there to lose that hand. I mean, very interesting play. Most players might have shoved the ace jack and then got the fours to fold, but instead it worked the other way around there. So Ben shoves all in here, some big blinds, and he takes it down. Now he's up to 9 big blinds. So just like that, I mean, every pot matters here, especially with the antes in the middle there, 162,000 in the middle. So you're winning a couple big 2 point something big blinds. So every big blind really matters here. Pocket 10s, Odonkor raising it up there. Let's get it. Ace 3 suited, gonna 3-bet. Puts a lot of pressure on that 30 big blind stack. I mean, you got the 3 smaller stacks behind. You don't really want to go out here and lose a big pot. Let's see what Odonkor does. He knows, Zazano knows that, so he knows that he might have to just rip this in here. He does rip it in. It's a pretty crazy play here, guys, right? I mean, he knows he has the fold equity, but with the shorter stacks behind, 30 big blinds in here, that's a pretty wild play. And Zazano has the ace 3 clubs. He's got to lay it down, so Odonkor gets lucky, and he survives there. That would have been a huge disaster if he loses that hand here, especially with these pay jumps. 70,000 for 5th, 200,000 for 1st. So ace jack shoves, or ace jack raises, ace 5 suited shoves. Let's see what Zazano does here. Will he call? He does call. They're going to be all in. EE's going to need a 5. Does not hit a 5. He's drawing dead on here. Yeah, he's drawing dead. And that's it. 0%, buddy. Pack your bags, Elish. You're out in 5th place. $70,000 goes your way. Zazano, massive chip leader now. 100 big blind. 28 million chips. Let's go for him. BenCB, ace queen suited. He's all in for 7 big blinds here. 1.8 million chips. 7 shoves. He's going to need an ace or a queen. Now he needs a 10 after the flop. He needs a king 9 or 10 or ace or queen here in the river. Hard to miss this one. Hits the 10 and he's doubles up. Let's go. Okay. He's still in it. 17 million chips for Ben. I keep saying 17 million chips. They're really big blinds. This is really strange for me to get used to because I'm used to saying like how many chips or how many they got, not how many big blinds they have. Yeah. If you guys are enjoying the video, you made it this far, man. 45 minutes in or 40 minutes in, I'm running way in. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. Much love. You guys are the people that really like the content. So it's always good when people like that, right? Always a good feeling. Spend a lot of time thinking about these things, doing it, editing it, working on it, stressing about it, marketing it, talking to people, all that kind of stuff. So it's always nice when people enjoy it. So queen 6 here. Limps in small blind. Ben doesn't raise the ace 3. Okay, interesting. And he gets hurt on the turn there, but he picks up a flush draw. But Apestyles has top pair. He's got to be liking his spot. Probably going to bet here. Hope to get called by an 8, a 3, or a flush draw. He bets big. He gets called. BenCB does not hit the river, unfortunately. And let's see what Apestyles does. He can't be 11 to 9. You're scared of your opponent having a better queen. Most likely would have raised those pre-flop. So he does bet here, half pot, hoping to get called by an 8. And he takes it down. Nice hand. So here we go. Queens for BenCB on the button. 13 big blinds. Jacks for Odonkor. This is going to be it for these two. BenCB going to be able to double up here. 30 big blinds. Odonkor ships it in. BenCB calls. He's going to be at risk here. $92,000 for the next person out. 6-4-3. Odonkor needs a jack and a jack only. Turns at 10. Reverse the jack. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God, so sick. BenCB. Oh my God. Fought hard, played hard, out in 4th place, 92,000. I know that's been great for his channel, for all the content he does. I mean, for his fans. He is bamboozled here. Odonkor chips up to 12.8 million chips, 50 big blinds. And our guy from Sweden here, Joel, he is killing it right now. Zazano, our top high stakes reg. Chill chip lead in Apestyles, the American tournament. OG legend still alive here. And we're going to see some three-handed action, some battling. $119,000 for 3rd place. $155,000 for 2nd. $200,000 for 1st place. So now ace 4, small blind 3 bets. He just lays that one down. Now we get to see a where money real matters, guys. You guys got to get your short-handed play together if you want to win these tournaments, because you can be a great 8-handed, 9-handed player, dude, but you're going to be 3-handed for the big money. This is where the big money's at. Look how much these pay jumps are. $5,000 buy-in. I mean, right? This is a huge amount of buy-ins. This is where the skill is. This is where you got to close it out. This is where you got to understand what you're doing. We are locked in. We got to pay attention to see what the hell these guys are doing here. Because right here, I mean, everyone plays 9-handed, 8-handed tournaments. No one really plays 3-handed heads-up tournaments. So let's see here. 50 big blinds for Odonkor. 25 big blinds for Apestyles. 100 big blinds for Zazano. So we got a bunch of strange stacks here. King Jack shoves, puts it into him, and he chips up a little bit here. Queen Deuce suited on the button. Call from the big blind. King 10. Flop comes down. 7 deuce streak. Beautiful board for Queen Deuce. A pair and a flush draw. You know I'll go to the death with a pair and a flush draw. I'll put my life on a line with a pair and a flush draw. I used to back in the day, man. I mean, I still do. Texas Hold'em. If I flop a pair and a flush draw at Texas Hold'em, I'm going with it, man. Flop a pair and a flush draw at PLO, not quite the same thing. So you look at them differently. I go to Hold'em, I'm like, oh my God, it's a huge hand. So Odonkor value bets river here. Zazano gets away. Very could have bet the flop, could have bet the turn, and he must have known it's coming. Got to have that vision. 10-9 offsuit here for Joel. Zazano. We can't really get much strategy in these things because like they go so fast. So we gotta look at this format in the future. I like the format. We got to get all the final table in, but maybe we make a few videos in the series here. So top 2 for Odonkor. Top pair with a king kicker for Zazano. Let's see what he does here. He bets half pot, a little over half pot, 370. Gets called. River is a 6. Not loving that card. You got 10-9 you're up when your opponent has a pair. I mean, he might have bet a 9 in the flop. Hoping he has an 8. Of course, could have a 7. Could have a jack here in some capacity with a straight draw. Could have the flush draw as well, too. So, not loving the river. He does check here. So, Zazano has top pair. Well, he bet here. I mean, your opponent checks. You got to be thinking, maybe we got the best hand. Maybe we go for a little value here. He's going to be betting some hands for value here. This might be a hand to do it with. Start with your 7s and then go to your 2 pairs you might have, and then work in maybe your top pair, your best top pairs. But he does check back, and great check back by him. I mean, he's playing really great here, making a lot of great plays, and yeah, I'm impressed by his play so far. Pocket 7s here for him. 50 big blinds deep. Will he 3-bet? Will he call? He does just call. Ace-8 suited in the big blind. 35 big blinds. I mean, he's going to do something crazy here. Ace-8 suited. Is he going to do? He's not going to do something crazy here, right? He's not going to do something crazy here. Don't do it. Really? 35 big blinds for him. All in. Ace-8 suited. It's a huge shove. But does have fold equity here. Obviously. Sevens. Is 7's going to call? I don't know. Are you willing to gamble with your life on the line for pocket 7s here? Even though your life's not on the line? Are you willing to do it, Zazano? I mean, you probably are annoyed he did that before, but he folds, takes it down. Just like that. Anyone's game here. Apestyles. So Apestyles made a few really huge shoves from the big blind. As we've seen, they got through and they got people to fold some decently hands. So now ace-jack limps in the small blind. Faces a raise from ace-10, 8-10 offsuit. Zazano might be steaming a little bit. Ace-jack limp shoves for 4 to bet. This game's crazy, guys. Takes it down. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. This is a huge fucking shove. The fold equity is strong, right? I mean, think about when you shove there, your opponent needs to have ace, king, ace, queen, aces, kings, queens, pocket tens. Oh, shit. What do we got here? Huge board, right? I mean, it is putting a lot of pressure on them. Hard for them to have those hands when you got ace-jack. So now 5-7 flops a straight. Bets the min bet here from Apestyles. 250. Is he going to check raise here? He's got the straight. Got the nut straight. He's loving it right now. He's loving life. You're 13 poker hard right now. He does check raise. 8 deuce. I mean, top pair, but he does call. Oh, he turns 2 pair. That's brutal for him. When you get check raised here, I mean, your opponent can be full of shit. Could have some 9-10s. He could have some 8s, some flush draws. Of course, he's going to have the nut straight. But he might just try to put pressure on you. And now he bets a third pot here. Zazano does. And now Apestyles has to be contemplating. Does he go all in here? Or does he just call? He just calls. River is the queen. So now Zazano, you're still loving you and you're scared of the flush, but you're going to go for value here. And what is Apestyles going to do with the 2 pair? I mean, what can we beat here? We can beat 9-10. We can beat just all-out bluffs. Can't beat a ton of hands he's going to be shoving here with. I'm trying to think of the hands he could be bluffing with. If he had an 8, he'd probably just check back the river. Or check to the river here. But he bets 1.5. Not a lot. Not a big bet here. It's not too many big blinds. It's only 5. That's 4 million. See if Apestyles can get away. He'd still be left with some chips here. He does call, and he loses a big pot. Blinds go up, and he's only got 10 big blinds left. 150, 300. You know, Donkor has pocket jack. So now Apestyles is really on the short stack here. So Donkor can't want to get all in here. 48 big blinds. He can't be. I mean, we've seen this guy play a little risky here. He knows Zazano. He does shove, and Zazano has got to be. He's just getting shoved into constantly here. Donkor is getting real lucky here in a lot of these shove spots with how much he's putting on the line, especially those massive pay jumps. But it works out, and now Apestyles is going to be all in. King 10. He's going to need a king. He's going to need a king or a backdoor straight draw. He's going to need a king only. Misses it, and now Zazano takes him out. Apestyles third place, $119,000, brother. Nice run, nice performance. Didn't work out, and now we're going to see heads up between our crazy guy from Sweden, Donkor, and Zazano. It says Zazano's from Luxembourg, and now I don't exactly know 100% where that is on the map, and I don't even know what kind of people necessarily live there. So interesting. I got to look that country up. So he flops flush draw, bets the flop. Donkor check calls ace high, turns a third pair. So Zazano most likely is going to bet here again, put some pressure on him. Does bet again. He overbets. Nice. So overbet 2.4 million there from Zazano. I like that play. I mean, he's going to have stronger range here. He's going to have more of the ace kings, and jacks pre-flop. So makes sense why he decided to overbet this hand. He wants to include some bluffs in his overbetting range, so he decides to include a 4-10 of clubs. I like it. So now heads up play is going to go on here between these two, playing for $45,000. So there's $200,000 up first place. Pretty nice size prize here. So 3-4 might be thinking about bluffing here. No one showed much of an interest. He does overbet here. He's saying, once again, he's got the range advantage. He says, okay, I want to overbet here. He's going to have more 10s after the play goes like it is. Puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. 3-4 suited, min 3 raises, and 10-7 offsuit's going to 3-bet. Okay. I like Donkor's style. I like his play. Mixing it up. I like it. 7-8 suited here. Doesn't flop bet a whole bunch of anything, but he's going to c-bet. Zazano has a gutter. 2. Backdoor trip draws. Donkor turns the open-ended straight draw. Might be a big bet here for him. He does bet big, 1.6 million. So now we kind of know, okay. So now already from heads up, this is kind of like a PLO. This is kind of from PLO mainly, really. I haven't really studied much Nolan from heads up. But for heads up, right, when you have the, like this type of range advantage, so your opponent's going to be 3-betting his aces, his kings, and his ace-kings pre-flop. So you're going to want to include on this turn, you're going to want to include really big bets in your range. So you're going to also want to include some of your bluffs, and your semi-bluffs are going to be your flush draws and your 7/8s really there. So that's how you would balance that out. So ace-king raises, gets called by jack-9. Goes 1/3 pot here, king 7-3. Jack-9 knows he's c-betting this board at a very high frequency. He might decide to check raise here. Wouldn't be very a common thing, but he does check call. So he's got backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. He has more 7s as well too here. He's going to be check calling 7-8, ace-7, 7-10, ace-3. So Zazano might decide to bluff here pretty big on the river. Let's see what he does. Maybe not that big. No, he bets small, actually. So now he's representing he has a king or he's got a 7 with this really small bet. I expect Odonkor just to call here. But he might decide to raise here thinking he can get value from a king because he would bet bigger with a 7. And he does raise. I like it. Nice hit, nice play. I mean, if your opponent has a 7 here, it's pretty crazy. Then you're going to get called. But he's basically just thinking, there's no way this guy would do this. If he had a 7, he would bet bigger because he's seen Zazano's play style, so he thinks that he might go with that overbet style. That's a very nice read in the moment, right? It's got to be what he's thinking there. It's just, okay, we've seen this guy play aggressive. We've seen him overbet here with certain hands, so he most likely is kind of guy that bet bigger with a 7 here, hoping we have the king. So when he bets that size, it looks like a king, queen, king, jack, just looking to get called. So now he raised up the 5-4 offsuit. Joel is taking it to straights here. This guy Odonkor, man, our Swede. Flops second pair. Zazano limp called. Half pot bet. He's got bottom pair. Backdoor straight draw. He's got the crazy ladies. Pocket deuces. He does get called. And now Odonkor can't be loving his hand. He's got a 5, so he blocks 3-5. Doesn't have a 10. Opponent certainly could have a 10 here to be limping in pre-flop with. Maybe 9-10, 8-10, 7-10. Zazano checks back, and Odonkor makes 2 pair on the river. Now he's 11 it. He's hoping this guy's got something. He's hoping he has a slow play 10. Let's see what size he goes with here. 4.8 million. Goes big, 3/4 pot. And now Zazano has bottom pair. I mean, he's got to be thinking, what's this guy got? We block ace-3, so he might have ace-3, might be handing me up, be raising pre-flop with. So Zazano might be thinking about hero calling here, but he does fold. Probably a little ambitious. And the heads-up match continues here. Who's going to take this one down? I think Odonkor plays a little crazier, so Zazano with a huge chip lead here. 33 million to 12 million. Jack-9 raises, flops top pair. That's third pot, takes it down. Nothing eventful there. King-Queen raises it up pre-flop here. Gets called by 6-5. Flops, trips, 6s for Zazano. This is not good. Let's see what happens here. Bets a third pot. Zazano's going to want to be raising here sometimes with his trip 6s. Is this going to be one of them? He does raise. I mean, he knows Odonkor is playing pretty aggressive. This guy might make a move back, especially when you make a small raise. You're basically tempting your opponent with the candy. Do something about this. He knows that he's going to be continuation betting this board a lot too. Turns the full house, and Zazano's loving it now. 2.8 million chips in the pot, 10 million chips behind. Can he find a way to get it all here from our man Odonkor? That's what you're thinking. You're thinking, please have a queen and please have a 6. He goes big here, 2.2 million. So he can put the pressure on him here. He's going to have more 6s. I think he's going to have more 6s. Maybe he won't have more 6s. But he gets called. The river is a 3, so king, queen, still good here. 7.3 in the pot, 8.2 million chips behind. What's going to happen here? Is this going to be it? Is Zazano really going to shove here? I mean, he's really going greedy here. What a greedy guy. He shoves. Odonkor, I mean, Your hand doesn't lie, you know. We gotta fold sometimes, buddy, you know? You gotta fold. Live another day, Odonkor. He's tanking. He's like, could this guy have a 6? Plays with his heart. He calls, and he's eliminated in second place, just like that. Zazano's our winner, takes down $200,000. Odonkor out in second, $155,000. The rich get richer, as Zazano is the victor there. What a great show. You can see here, Lex Veldhuis out in 7th place. BenCB out in 4th place. Lex got took home $41,000. Not too bad for the guy. BenCB, $92,000. And wow, what a final table. That was a lot of fun, guys. Really enjoyed that action. Once again, thank you to BCP posting these replays up there. Maybe slow him down a little bit, buddy. It's kind of fucking hard to follow. Shout out to him. Make sure you guys support his channel. If you like it, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. We got more content coming up next week. A lot of big podcasts coming up. It's an exciting time to be back for anyone around here, man. On my channel. Much love to everybody out there. Peace out. Take care. See you guys soon.